Tonight's forecast is sponsored by Ashbrook Audiology, where relationships matter.
Alrighty, happy Monday to you, everybody. We hope you're doing well wherever you may find yourself on this warm week, or this warm starts of the week, because after this our temperatures kind of go downhill except for the weekend, but the rest of it is getting ready to get feeling more like November than it is October. Of course, we're already halfway through the month of October, and yes, this is normally expected to see our freeze and frost watches and warnings, but again, it's going to linger and for several days it does appear, it looks like. So other than that, we're not going to be seeing any more 70s for the next few days anyway. We'll warm up gradually as we get towards the upcoming weekend. But again, a freeze watch has been posted for our entire area. This goes until 9 a.m. Wednesday morning, because we're going to have several consecutive nights of temperatures at or just below freezing here for a lot of us as well. So you get ready to see our overnight lows for a lot of us, basically meaning any sensitive vegetation and plants and stuff of that nature, they're most likely going to be harmed at this as well. So I know if you've maybe bought some pumpkins, you may wake up to some frost on your pumpkins in your front yard maybe over the next several mornings. If you bought the mums, of course, those are very popular flowers, a breed of flowers anyway. You can go ahead and I would say bring them in if you haven't put them in the ground just yet. But normally they typically survive out there. So, but again, if you want to be careful, I would go ahead and just bring those in for you. And of course, this is most likely the end of our growing season here for us because of this going into effect for the rest of the next couple of nights anyway. So just keep that in mind as you're doing things out and about. Just do know that again, the freeze watch goes into effect until 9 a.m. on Wednesday morning. Now, your future cast for the rest of tonight, yes, our temperatures are going to slowly start dropping quickly once we get rid of the cloud cover. We saw some rain this morning. There was possibly some areas of some patchy fog. If you drove in early this morning on this Monday, you probably noticed a little few dense spots there, but things were quickly able to clear up. We saw some leftover rain showers. They're now out of our area, giving us partly to mostly clear skies late tonight as our temperatures will fall down in the 40s. And this is where our overnight lows kind of explain why we're going to a freeze watch. Yes, 20s and 30s everywhere you go. Up and down the board of Ridgeway up towards Martinsville here in the city, county-wide area. You could possibly wake up to near 30 degrees tomorrow morning, but yowzer, our friends towards Medizzadan, I was nice enough. I bumped you up a degree or two because some of your models were possibly saying lower than that right there. So other than that, I bumped you up a degree or two because some areas may not hit 28 degrees. Excuse me, you may be like Stewart where you're at 32 at freezing. So tonight it's going to be cold and breezy as well. There's going to be a northwest breeze coming into effect. So there'll be a light breeze from time to time. But again, the concern for wind chill is not an immediate threat, as we don't see overnight lows in the teens. Typically, we kind of get that during the winter months as well. Tuesday, lots of sunshine. Well, after a bitterly cold start to the day, we'll wake up to that clear sky into effect. So make sure you have your scrapers and let your car start a few minutes early as you're heading out to work in the early morning hours. So if you're those have to get up early in the morning and go to work, and just do know that you want to have that find that scraper before you go to bed tonight, or maybe take your kids to go out in the car and find it for you. Find the glow in the glove department, go in the glove box or the back of your trunk if you have a toolkit. Sometimes it's where, that's where I keep mine, at the back of my toolkit of my car. So if you need a toolkit, if you have the toolkit there with you and you want to find that scraper, go ahead and get that out, because most definitely you're going to have some frost to be scraping off the next couple of mornings because of this as well. So after a very cold start to the day on our Tuesday, we're going to quickly warm up to some 50s again, or some 40s out towards our friends towards Medizzadan. And I pick on these people. I like to pick on this area a lot, not because I don't like the community. It's a beautiful community. If you live in Medizzadan, you have Lover's Leap, you have the Blark Parkway. The reason why I emphasize this area so much is because if you have not had a chance to drive through Medizzadan, I highly encourage you to go through there, because it's a beautiful area. Just particularly right now with the leaves at their peak at this moment in time. Go out there this week. I know it's going to be a chilly drive, but a lot of times this is basically influencing our change of color. So we're getting these nice cool nights. Now we're getting these cold nights now, and we had that rain. this is perfect conditions to go see the leaf foliage. So yes, I know there's some spots here in the city, but again, your best bet is to go up towards Stewart and Patrick County, Patrick Springs, Ararat, Clawville area. That is where you're going to most likely see the leaves begin to pop. Also up towards Rocky Mount, along the parkway. The parkway also runs through here on parts off of 220. So if you're heading up towards going up towards Boone's Mill, Wirtz, or anywhere up towards Rocky Mount, Ferrum, you do know Highway 40 interloops through the parkway, which you then get on Route 11. And there's another Route 8, and that's what it is, Route 8, that runs through parts of the parkway too. So you can get on there and kind of make your mosey way along the road. And of course, you can see off the map there, the more you continue further west, you go towards the Blacksburg, Montgomery County, Giles County, Bland County, Christiansburg, the New River Valley District. So that is if you want to take your own drive. But anyway, I just wanted to emphasize that real quick because Medicine Dan's a beautiful place, particularly this time of year. They're in the lower valley, and if you like snow, you know what I'm talking about. You get lots of it out there. So if you like the snow and the nice fall foliage, that's why I always say, you know, every morning I sometimes wish I don't have where I live. I don't have trees that have leaves continuously changing every day. Well, nobody does really, but I don't wake up to a mountainous view, and I would love to see that. So if I lived out towards Patrick County or something like that, oh my goodness, I think I'd rather just stay out there the whole day, right? So anyway, that's my point and said. So Martinsville is a beautiful place to live as well. Avery is we have a nice little area in our geographical range speaking. So anyway, that's my soapbox on that. So that's why I always like shouting out Medicine Dan. It's a beautiful place if you had a chance to get out there and visit. Okay, what's the theme this week? I could pretty much step off the screen and you could do the forecast for me here, right? Sunny every day. Here's the trick though, windy tomorrow. That again, we'll have that breeze coming into play, high of 52, low overnight a low of 30, 29. So again, that's why that freeze watch is continuing through on Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. because our temperatures will be already below freezing at this point. Lots of sunshine, less breezy on our Wednesday. As we continue on for our Thursday, we'll gradually warm up a little bit more out there. So if you have any plans, of course, football Friday for Martinsville is now Thursday this week. So if you have some scheduled activities, of course, you want to make sure check with your school division first, make sure they are still having football. If they're not, they're on a bye week, or maybe you're heading out to some other football game around some part of the region. So just do know, again, Martinsville's game is scheduled for Thursday. That was posted on their Facebook page at Martinsville City Public Schools, so just do keep that an FYI if you are going to Martinsville. Their game is on Thursday. We'll gradually warm up in the mid-60s again for Friday and possibly hit 70 as you make your way towards Saturday. So overnight lows. Yes, this is where it's going to be getting hard to get up in the mornings now, right? We have to get used to this here pretty soon because we'll go from the 20s and we'll gradually make our way up overnight lows back in the 40s. So yes, this is below average, and no, this is not where we need to be for this time of year. So if you're wondering, is this normal? The answer is no. However, though, it is usually forecasted to get these swings in the jet stream, but for these prolonged days where we're well below where we need to be, this is not typically where we need to be for right now. Our average high for October is at 71 degrees. Our average low right now would basically be for the daytime high on tomorrow for Tuesday. So just to give you a perspective of where we need to be, we're not even near where we need to be. So basically our average low is tomorrow's daytime high temperature. So go figure with that one. So, but anyway, so we got lots of sunshine over the next several days. Some cold mornings, so get your frost scraper, get that ice scraper, you're going to definitely need it. Again, bring your plants and stuff in if you have any vegetation, or you can use the plastic wrap, but make sure the plastic is not touching the direct plants, because what happens with that, once that sun radiates and gets that warming environment, that could kill the plants under the plastic wrap. So sometimes we say put a light sheet over it, or if you have a plastic tent around it, you can kind of make sure the heat is not escaping. But be sure, at some point during the morning before you leave, kind of uncover those, because if you don't, you'll come back to some baked plants, and unfortunately they would not be able to survive. So on that note, that's all the time I got for you right now. We thank you so very much for joining us on this Monday edition. Enjoy the week, lots of sunshine, so lots of vitamin D chances, but just do know it is going to feel very cool and very chilly over the next several days.
Your BTW21 weather forecast is sponsored by Zentmeyer Chiropractic.